So we're on page 10. I'm letting you know we're going to have 3 variables, but we got some word problems now. So on your formative, there's not going to be a word problem, but I think this is just some good practice. Has anyone ever been to this store, April's Flowers on Fifth Ave?
I was there last night.
So I just said, let's go. We're talking April's Flowers. We're ordering 200 flowers for Mother's Day. They were carnations. They cost this much. Roses, daisies. They ordered mostly carnations, 20 fewer roses. Oh my gosh, the total came to this much money. How much of each flower was ordered? Whew, guys, we can do this. We got 3 variables, yeah? If they're asking how many of each flower, what are our variables going to be? Yeah, what kinds? Carnations, roses, and daisies? Okay. So we need to write 3 different equations talking about those 3 things. Anyone want to start? What if we just started with this information? They ordered 200 flowers.
What?
V's?
I said 200 flowers equals x plus y plus.
I love it. Can I maybe use C? Or, okay, do you guys want to do X, Y, and Z, which we can? Or do you want to go C, R, and D, which we can? Or if we went X, Y, and Z, I would just do this. You know what I mean? I would just label like which one's which. Which would we prefer to do? I don't care. C, R, and D. Sorry, V's. You can go X, Y, and Z if you want, V's.
I'll go my way.
Ha! VC said, but of my carnations and my roses and my daisies, I'm going to order a total of 200. That's excellent, sir. Okay, so we're talking $1.50 for every carnation, $5.75 for every rose, $2.60 for every daisy. Is there any other info that we haven't used?
The carnations were 20 fewer roses.
Yeah, they ordered mostly carnations, 20 fewer roses than daisies. 20 fewer roses than daisies. I'm here to tell you, we all mess up where the minus 20 goes. So what I'm going to tell you is let's put in some real numbers here that just help us figure out what equation to write. If I got 20 fewer roses than daisies, hey, Leif, how many daisies do you want to buy? Don't care.
5.
If we got 25 daisies, okay? I got 25 daisies, and I got 20 fewer roses than daisies. How many roses would I have gotten? 5. You guys, this was a skill that I learned during my, one sec. In my SAT review class. I did one of those Princeton review classes when I was probably your age. And they're like, just make up numbers to help us figure out what equation to write. So if it's 20 fewer roses than daisies, how am I going to get from 25 daisies to 5?
D minus 20.
So you're saying D minus 20 gets me my roses? 25 minus 20 gets me 5? Did anyone think about it as R plus 20 equals D? Because you can. If you take 5 plus 20, we could get that 25. But I'm just saying when we don't put those numbers in, a lot of times people will write R minus 20 equals D, and that doesn't work out. You okay with that? That's just a little strategy. Okay, these are our 3 equations, guys. This is like where we were yesterday. We got to start solving for how many roses, daisies, and carnations. Anyone have any idea or a brainstorm of what we can do? Again, there's infinite things that we could do. Coop, what are you thinking?
Substitute.
Mr. Cooper, who loves substitution, I love you, but you love substitution, says, let's go put D minus 20 in for R there and there. You can. I don't like it, but you can.
Why?
Because it's very excessive, because then to me, it's just going to be making huge equations. What did you say, Ritzy?
Get rid of C because there isn't a C in the third equation.
You're saying this one already doesn't have a C. Could I get rid of my C in my first 2 equations? Cooper's like, okay, Coop, I'm going to get you off the substitution train and onto my elimination train. Does that sound good? You guys, yesterday we kind of labeled our equations A, B, and C. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. For me, it just helps me keep things clear. And again, I know that these values might get kind of confused with my C over here, but I think I'm going to be able to keep it straight. Ritzy said this guy already doesn't have a C. So Ritzy, what am I going to do to this first equation? Yeah, so you're saying negative 1.5 times my A equation, add it to my B equation. We'll get rid of my C's. Guys, we are allowed to use calculators. Let's do it. What's negative 1.5 times C going to get me right here? Thanks. negative 1.5C minus 1.5R minus 1.5D. What is it? Negative 1.5 of 200. That right there is my negative 1.5 times my A equation. I'm going to go throw B right underneath it. That was a positive 1.5C and a 5.75R plus a 2.6D. We are going to make mistakes with all these decimals, so make sure to type in our calculator very carefully. So add these up for me, you guys. What'd you get when you did negative 1.5R plus 5.75? You guys, what do we get when we added these up? 4.25R. Thanks for double checking each other. What about this? Yes, plus 1.1D equals? Perfect, 289.5. To Mr. Mead, to your point, right now, this one only involved the first two equations. This involves the first two equations. We haven't involved the third one. But now I'm on Team Cooper. Because Cooper, what are you thinking since R is already by itself?
Substitute.
He says, okay, now your team substitute. I am fine now with taking D minus 20 and putting it into R right there. Okay, so we'll met in the middle there, Coopy. So now we got 4.25. Instead of R, I'm going to say D minus 20 plus 1.1D equals 289.5. Okay, you guys, use those calcies. 4.525 times D, 4.25D, minus what do you got?
85.
What is it?
85.
Thanks. Plus 1.1D equals 289.5. Okay, you guys, are things coming out nicely?
Yes.
Oh, no one, okay. I would get 5.35D equals 289.5, add my 85. Thanks, bud. 0.5. Take that and I divide by 5.35 and I'm very unexcited. And then I get a 70 and I'm pumped. If I got daisies or 70, what'd you say, Ritzy?
R is 50.
Then you're saying, all right, go plug that right in here.
Okay,
If D is
something
70,
right.
then my roses, I'm going to have 50 roses because 70 minus 20 is 50. I'm glad that you figured that out. How am I going to figure out how many carnations I got?
200 minus this.
Thanks, bud. 70 plus 50 is 120. Therefore, how many carnations did I get? Awesome. Again, I wanted those numbers to come out nicely. That's why we're paying so much per rose. All right, are we ready? Shonda was investing $24,500. The money went into 3 different accounts. At the end of the year, she had made $1,300 in interest. The annual yield on the 3 different accounts was 4, 5.5, and 6%. The amount of money in the 4% account was 4 times the amount of money in the 5. How much did she place in each account? Whoa. Okay. A, B, C, X, Y, Z. What do we want to use for our variables? A, B, C. Okay, sure. What do you think my 3 variables would be? As if she said, how much did she place in each account? What are we talking about? Yeah, but which accounts?
It's supposed to be the C would be the total amount of money that she has in the end, right?
Yes, agreed. Is how much she has in the end. So we're going to say in each of my accounts, we're going to have a total of invested $24,500.
Yeah.
So we've used that piece of info. Whew. Then you guys, we got to make $1,300 in interest by putting money into these 3 different accounts. Stocks, if you will. How would I be able to say I'm putting A dollars in a 4% account?
0.04A.
Yeah. Do you guys agree 4% as a decimal is 0.04?
Yes.
So it's all right. I'm going to put A dollars earning 4%. I'm going to put B dollars earning, how would I make 5.5% a decimal? 0.055, because again, that decimal just goes left twice. In the B account, B dollars in the earning 5.5%. And 6% as a decimal? 0.06. I'm going to put C dollars earning 6% for a total of how much interest? Good. Good, good, good. We've used that info. We're never going to use it again. Okay. If the amount of money in the 4% account, do you guys agree we would put 4% with our A? Was 4 times the amount of money in my 5.5% account, which we named B. Let's make this up. Hey, Macy, how much money do we have? You make it up. Make it up. Make it like less than 100 or 100.
89.
Did you say 89? Oh, gosh, I'm not going to know what 4 times that is. But let's go say that we had $100. Okay? So that SAT person did say use like a basic number, but also don't do 0 and 1. Because those are like too basic. Those might alter some rules. But okay. So let's say we had $100. It says the amount of money in the 4% account was 4 times the amount of money we had in the 5% account. If I've got $100 in the 5.5%, how much would I have had over here? 400 over here in the 4%. So you guys, for that third equation, do I need to take my 5.5% account, which is B, and multiply it by 4 so that they match? Or do I need to take my 4% account, which was A, and multiply it by 4 to get 100? It's the first one. Wouldn't you guys agree? 100 times 4 is going to get me 4. My 100 goes with the 5.5% account, which is our B. So what are we going to say?
Yes.
A is my 4B. You guys all right with that? We're saying, all right, I got to take this guy times 4. Take 100 times 4 is going to get me 400. That's what I like to do. Okay.
It's going to be a pain to do elimination on this.
It's not going to be too bad. We can do it because we have a calculator. What did we not have in here, you guys? We don't have a C. Can we get rid of a C up here?
Yes.
Sure. What are we going to multiply the first equation by?
0.06.
Close.
Negative.
Negative 0.06 times my first equation. And we're going to add that to my second equation. What are we going to get for that first part? Negative 0.06a. And negative 0.06b minus 0.06c. Do I need to multiply this by negative 0.06?
Yes.
Yes, that's so easy to forget. Get when we did 24,000 times the negative 0.06?
Negative 14,170.
Thanks, buddy. Perfect. Then I'm going to bring my B equation down. 0.04a plus 0.055b plus 0.06c equals 1,300. Guys, so let me see once those add up. I want to see what you get when they add up. Did I do that right?
No, 0.005.
Thank you, Porter. Did you get that with your calculator from your watch?
Yes.
I hate that. Okay, when I combine these two, I just got A and B. Guess what's A and B in my third equation? That's all we have there too. Now Cooper's happy because Coop, what do we get to do?
Substitute.
Instead of A, I'm going to put in a 4B, you guys. So I'm going to have negative 0.02 times 4B minus 0.005B equals negative 170. I'm going to multiply and I'm going to add things up. You guys, it's really important that you're typing it in too because you can't just watch me because then when you got to do it on your own, you're going to mess it up. Practice is good. Practice is good. Negative 0.08B minus 0.005B.
In fact, I personally think those numbers.
And I'm a little nervous, but because Lombardi Turner's the bomb, when I divide that, wait. When I take negative 170 divided by negative 0.085, she's the dream come true. How much money do we invest in the 5.5% account? $2,000. Okay, you guys, I invested $2,000 in my 5.5% account. How am I gonna go figure out what I invested in other things?
Four times that is
Yeah, you guys, can't we just plug in 2G's right here? Boop. If my B is $2,000, how much did he invest in the 4% account? 8,000. But I invested $24,500 total. So I'm gonna just add up my $8,000 and my $10,000. I'm sorry, $8,000 and my $2,000 for $10,000 and take that away from my 24,500. And I invested 14,500 in my C account. Whew.